Good morning, Colorado. It's 104.7 The Drop. We are the people station for R&B and hip-hop. My name is Sugar Bear. This is the Morning Drop, and it is time for Sugar Bear's Community Corner. So this is something new that I've started, right? If you're a community person, a community server, and you are giving back to our community or represent an organization that does some community work, we want to give you a platform and a microphone. That's what we do here. Today, I have three special guests from the Electrical Workers Minority Caucus of Denver. I have Dominick, I have Felicia, and Michael. Good morning to all of you. Hey.
Good morning.
Oh, hey, that sounds like a choir.
All right.
Yes.
You guys are all in unison. How y'all doing? Thank y'all for being here this morning.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you for having us.
You guys heard the call. I know we there's kind of like you heard me saying that. Listen, if you're in the community and you want to give back, you heard that and you reached out to us, emailed us, and here you are sitting in front of us now with the microphone to talk about what you guys do. So please, real quickly, Dominick, if you could explain what the Electrical Workers Minority Caucus of Denver is.
All righty. Well, I'm Dominick, and the Electrical Workers Minority Caucus is basically a collective group of union electrical workers, whether you're electrician, lineman, among all the electrical fields.
Okay.
And what we want to do is create a more diverse, more equity, and more inclusion into the workforce. So it's given a place for everybody to come in and work together to help, increase basically more minorities, more people to come into the trades and the building trades field.
Got it. Okay, so for anybody out here who wants to answer this question, are the numbers really low for black and brown people in this field?
Absolutely.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Okay. And so your plight in the organization you're in is to kind of recruit and try to get other people to kind of know what you guys do and say that it's a great field to get in, right?
Absolutely.
Okay. How long have each one of you been into this field?
So I've been in the field for about 5 years now.
Okay.
And I joined the IBEW a couple of years ago and found out about the Electrical Workers Minority Caucus a little over a year ago and started volunteering this past year. And you don't really know about these things in the building trades if you're outside of the union, and you don't know that we're out there, trying to promote the community and grow the electrical field and making it more diverse. So
it was new to me too when I saw it. I never heard of such. I think that's great. Okay, Felicia, how long have you been doing it?
So I've been an inside wireman for a little bit over 20 years, and I'm inside wireman for IBEW Local 68, and I've learned a lot. I've done a lot, and I actually have found out about EWMC 6 months ago.
Oh, okay.
And this organization started in 1974. And so I realized by us speaking out and meeting people that we can tell more people about our story and get more people that look like us into the trades, into industry,
Sure.
making good money. And that's our plight. And especially giving people another chance, because a lot of times people do mess up and they're like, oh, I have a felony, I can't do this, I can't do that. But this is a great opportunity to come in and get qualified, learn a trade, and take it anywhere in the world.
I love that. I do have a question. You said wireman, and even though you're a woman, is that typical?
That is typical. I worked hard for that name.
Okay.
They were trying to change it. And
Why is that? Why is that? Is that it's just typical for it to be woman? Even
journeyman,
journeyman. Yes.
Yeah, that's just the typical name. And so
Okay.
sometimes you fight very hard to be treated as equals, and you're learning the trade. I'm doing the same work, so I feel like I should have the same title. Although I'm a woman, when you see me, I'm a woman.
Right.
But I can get up there and bend the pipe, put it in, put the lights in, and do the same thing that you're doing.
Let's go. Talk about it. So all the women out here, even if you're a kid, see, you can do that.
Absolutely.
I love that. Okay, Michael, tell me your story. How long you been doing this, and how'd you find about it?
So I've been in the IBEW Local 111 since 2017.
Okay.
Found out about it, actually, I was justice involved, and I was having a problem finding a job that would pay enough to support my family and support me. And a lady asked me if she could give me a job paying enough to support my wife and my kids, would I go? And I said, absolutely. And that's how I got to Local 111. And The difference between Local 111 and Local 68 is I'm outside. So I do high voltage power lines, underground transmission and distribution, and I'm also a heavy equipment operator.
Wow, I have so many questions. Okay, so all of you, for what you do, there's a risk involved, right? When you're working with electrics and whatnot.
Absolutely.
Have you ever come close to something like, like damaging you or hurting you or injuring you?
Yes.
Yeah.
That happens all the time. So is it second nature for you? You're kind of like, I just keep moving. I got to keep working.
Safety is the number one thing.
Okay, that's
with
important.
The IBEW, and you have to understand. The procedures of isolating, insulating, switch outs, lockout, tag outs, because that's the difference between you
Life and death.
going home and you not going home.
Got you. Okay, but that's part of the training. How long does the training take for you to get the title that you all have?
My training was 5 years.
Okay. Does it vary from person to person, or
Yes.
the field that you're in? Correct? Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. That's so interesting. I love that. Okay, so I'm looking here. A community. We asked the question, Dominick. We wanted to know what community is to you, and you said here, class consciousness and class solidarity brings the community together despite differences in race, religion, or identity, and sexual orientation. As long as you have this solidarity, we can break boundaries and create stronger community for all and raise our standard of living as one. Can you expound on that a little bit? I mean, that was very well said, but expound on that just a little.
So, I mean, as far as the community goes, we can't consider ourselves a community if we don't understand the living situations that we're all are in. Right? We might all have different professions or trades or, different career paths, even college degrees. But, we're still living in the same economical situation,
sure,
right?
All of us.
We're still, having to pay the same bills to, those who have it. And because of that, sometimes, we're in a society that, we use those differences in race and religion to separate ourselves or make us, we're different than them. And that doesn't help anybody in the situation, right? And so by working collectively, coming together as a community, trying to get together and, these are things we struggle with. These are things that we struggle with. And it turns out they're the same things everybody's struggling with, It's the same bad guy at that point. So if that, by knowing that and understanding that, we can all work together and, try to find a solution for it. At least, whether that is, providing new education or providing, opportunities for people to, get into new career paths, or trying to find a way for them to have resources, whether it's mental health or, getting food, any stuff like that. So for me, understanding that is how we can grow, solidarity in one's community.
Got it. I want to ask you one last question before we get to some music, and then we'll come back and talk. I want to ask each one of you, before you found this organization, did you come across some scenarios or situations where you felt like you were on the end of, maybe racism, or you weren't treated equally? Can each of you speak to that, and how did you handle that?
Well,
without I don't want you to say too many names or anything like that. We're not naming companies. I'm just saying.
Absolutely.
Have you felt that before? You know what I mean? And it's common, right?
Absolutely. In the construction trades, especially when I started, there weren't the protections that there are now.
Got it.
But because I wanted this so bad, I endured through it. So I just kept going, and I depended on my family. And once I realized I do have union brothers that have my back, that made it all the better. So I had somebody I could talk to, somebody I can vent to. But a lot of it, I just endured it and kept going, because that's what I thought I had to do.
So a lot of you have common stories where you guys, this unity, right? This solidarity amongst a brotherhood, sisterhood, who you can share and then try to combat it. Michael, do you have anything like stories or?
Yeah, like I said, I'm outside construction. So in my neighborhood, I'm born and raised here in Denver, Colorado. I'm from Park Hill. And I've never seen anybody that looked like me climb up a power pole. I've never seen anybody that looked like me open up those green boxes on the end of the corner and do maintenance in them. So it was like walking into foreign land. And then when I come back and I tell my people what I'm doing, they like, oh, you crazy. I'm not climbing up no pole. I am not messing with all that voltage. So it was, it's a barrier to give people hope and make sure that people from my community understand and realize that, you know, we can get out here and climb up these power poles and operate backhoes and
just like anyone else.
Just like anybody else.
That's right.
Absolutely.
That's the message. Okay, let's play some music and we'll get back to it. Electrical Workers Minority Caucus of Denver. Man, they're doing some great work here, and we're going to talk more about it when we get back. Let's play a couple songs. Don't move. It's 104.7 The Drop. We are the people station for R&B and hip-hop. What y'all know about that, man? That's taking it back. Mr. Bobalina, Mr. Dob Bobalina, Dale the Funky Homo Sapien. Let me say that right. Good morning. Sugar Bear here. It is Sugar Bear's Community Corner. Thank you, Jovan, who just texted in and said, I'm loving Sugar Bear's Community Corner. Thank you. We love you back. Thank you for listening. We do this for you. We are a public media radio station. That means everything for the community. That's what we're all about. So thank you for that, Jovan. I appreciate that. I am sitting here today with Dominick, Felicia, and Michael from the Electrical Workers Minority Caucus of Denver. And the mission is promote equality, equal opportunity, and employment for minorities and underrepresented workers at all levels of the IBEW structure. Can you tell me what IBEW stands for, please?
International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers.
There we go. So if somebody's like, what is IB? Do you say IBEW? Do you
IBEW?
Okay. You don't like make a word out of it. Okay. I'm thinking hip hop and all of that. We were talking off air a little bit about like some of the long hours that you have. What's a typical day for each one of you? Does it vary, or how does that work?
Oh, most construction jobs, right? Inside construction, like what I do, for example, it's usually like a 6 a.m., 6:30, or 7 a.m. start time. Typically, there's a 15-minute break, between lunch, and then lunch is a 30-minute. And then you work the rest of your shift out, and then you're out.
Then you're gone.
Yep.
Okay.
Eat and skate.
And we're right here on the corner of 21st and Arapahoe, and we see workers out here all the time. They're building a big building right next to us. So I'm curious, when it's a big job, are you excited about that because you get to do what you love? Or is it like, oh, man, this is going to be a long time. These are going to be extra long days. I'm going to have to sacrifice. What's the mentality when that happens?
Well,
all of you answer.
I don't know. I get excited with a new job. I think sometimes with the older building, when you're going in an older building, you deal with older issues. I still, even though I'm a construction worker, I don't like bugs and things of that nature. So sometimes it's a great time to do some tearing things out and bringing them in because you get to let off a lot of steam.
Oh, okay.
So,
that's real tough. I mean, thank you for your honesty there. I understand that. Yeah.
But I'm like, just to see it on paper, to get somebody's vision, maybe meet the engineer and actually put it together, go through the process, understand what you're doing, going through the inspections, it's kind of awesome. Then to see different things and be like, ooh, they're cutting corners, I'm not going in that building. But
got it. Okay.
Definitely.
So for me, when I see a project beginning, it's very exciting to me, but at the same time it's exciting to me, it's very... I'm very anxious to see it finished at the end.
Got it.
Because we start from the beginning. We're bringing the power in so that the inside electricians can come and light the building up. So, or we're installing natural high pressure gas lines to heat up the building. So it's amazing to me to see it from the very beginning when there wasn't nothing there to when it's finished and it's all built and lit up.
That's got to be awesome. Listen, anyone out there listening right now, if you are of color and you're thinking, man, I don't know if I could do something like that. This is what this organization does. They want to promote and have a unified brotherhood, sisterhood of people who are promoting like togetherness, and that you can do this no matter what your socioeconomic background is, your color. And you guys are doing a great job with an apprenticeship, correct? With high schoolers, is that correct?
Yeah, so we do have a pre-apprenticeship program that our membership development at Local 68 has worked really hard to put together. For example, we have a pre-apprenticeship program at Sheridan High School right now.
Shout out Sheridan. Okay.
Yep, and they basically allows these high school kids, if you don't think college is for you, right?
Right.
That gives you an options into the building trades and still having a opportunity to make middle class wages and have an opportunity to a better life than having to just get stuck going to college, right? So the pre-apprenticeship program's nice because the credits that they earn count towards our joint electrical apprenticeship program.
Mm-hmm.
So with that being said, these kids come out of high school, they're already steps ahead of the kids coming in, and starting, fresh from ground zero. So it helps them it helps create a path and an avenue into the next
into the field. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's awesome. So what would each one of you say to someone listening right now who is thinking about going into this field and they're like, I'm not sure, it's hard, I don't know if I want to do it, will they accept me? What do you have to say to them?
Well, I would definitely say if it's something you're interested in, you don't have to just be a lineman. There's so many avenues within the International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers. I mean, you can do something as small as installing security. You can be doing voltage drop cameras, anything. But I would say definitely give it a try. We definitely give you a tour of our apprenticeship hall. There's opportunities for you to see what you like, test it out. And if electrician's not for you, there's plumbers, there's pipe fitters, there's communication workers, there's all kinds of avenues that you can go, but give it a try because it's fun.
Yeah. So you think it's fun?
I think it's fun.
I mean, they walked into the room and they're looking at the board here and the room and the equipment, and I mean that's probably part of your life, like everywhere you go. Okay, Mike, what would you say?
I would say, I would definitely say with the IBEW Local 111, you have the chance to grow. You could come in as an entry-level worker, a laborer, and you can choose which path you want to go down. You can choose if you want to be a pipe fitter, if you want to be a lineman, if you want to be a traffic signal technician, a street light technician, and you have the chance to actually make the same kind of money that these engineers or CEOs make without having to go to college, because you get trained on the job and they have apprenticeships and they have the training center as well.
See, that's beautiful. Yeah, that's the important part. 303-893-DROP, 303-893, excuse me, 3767. If you need some information, I'll send it to you. You guys are staying active, I see here also, trying to get involved with the St. Patrick's Day Parade, Cesar Chavez March on April 1st. Talk about that a little bit. You guys are out there so people can kind of see you and trying to get your voices heard and known more, correct?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, we do a lot of stuff in the community. It's grassroots community service work. So, we're not going out there to get anything from it except for helping the community and providing ourselves as a resource. For example, we had a day of service in January for the National Leadership Conference for the EWMC, and that day of service was beautiful because we had 2,000 hours of volunteer hours in a single day.
Wow.
From brothers, sisters, and siblings from across the United States and Canada who came here to Denver to help out our local neighborhoods. For example, the inner city parish.
Nice.
We do work down there.
Nice.
We finished up a day there where we ran some new conduit for them. I know
Second Chance
the Second Chance Center.
Yes.
We were installing carpet there, I believe, this coming weekend.
Yep.
To help them get new carpet.
Very cool.
And, the nice part is they buy the material and then they don't have to pay for it in labor, and they can use that money to help whatever they need instead of having to pay into building maintenance,
Got it.
for example.
Okay. That's a beautiful thing. Anybody out there listening, I do want to ask about someone's calling, so we'll get to you in just a second. Just stand by. I want you to give the website. Where can they go to get more information about, this organization? Or either an email or something.
Yeah, we do have an email.
So with Local 111, we have the Local 111 website and mobile application, and it's also located right in the center of Park Hill off of 39th Avenue, East 39th Avenue. The exact address is 5965 East 39th Avenue.
Got it.
And it ain't, you don't go in there and fill out a job application. You go in there and you sign the books. They ain't running no background check. They not asking you anything. But
that's important. Yeah.
Do you have a driver's license, and are you ready to work?
It's that simple.
That's simple.
That's simple.
Okay, say that one more time. Where to go? That's important for a lot of people, because some people may be like, "Oh man, I got this pass. I don't know if they're going to accept me, or they're going to, look at me, or they're going to judge me, or whatever it may be." So say that where it is again.
All right. So most definitely, it's the local Union 111 is located at 5965 East 39th Avenue, and when you go in there, you sign the books. It's not a job application. It's not a background check. You sign the books,
and they want you to work.
You're going out to work, and it's a drug-free. It's a drug-free environment as well. So you have to be clean for sure.
I love that.
But other than that, they're going to put you to work like fast.
Fast.
Oh, yeah.
I love that. Okay, any other last information? You have a website there, Dominick?
Yeah, a couple of things. If you want to, you don't have to be an IBEW member to help out with the EWMC.
That's important too.
With volunteer and community service work. So a good email to reach us out at is the Denver EWMC at gmail.com.
Okay, say that one more time.
That's Denver EWMC at gmail.com.
Okay,
and,
perfect.
If you are interested into the trades and you want to get into the inside wireman's line of work, you can reach out to Brother Travis Trujillo at IBEW Local 68. His number is 303-297-0229. You can also email him at travist at IBEW68.com. Or any one of the brothers in membership development can help you on your way to a new career.
There you go. See, there's a lot of information out there for you in this community. Before we get out of here, do y'all have any shout-outs individually? Y'all want to shout somebody? I know you got your people listening right now. Go ahead and shout out your folks.
I just want to say shout out to my wife, Shay, my sons, Ezra and Gus, and, much love to my IBEW brothers and sisters who are listening right now.
Love it.
Solidarity.
Union, yes. Just a shout out to my mom, Edna Hackney, Keisha Lewis, the kids, everybody. Just want to say hello. Think about it. We're here, we're around, and also my UC Health crew. How you doing?
Nice.
I want to shout out my wife, Aisha, for pushing me to do it.
Gotta have a shout out, wifey. You got to.
I want to shout out DJ Unique for supporting me to get here and make it happen.
Yes.
And I definitely want to shout out the Second Chance Center, because without the Second Chance Center, I never would have made it into the IBEW.
Let's go.
And to everybody out there who's justice involved or formerly justice involved, the Second Chance Center will prepare you and get you ready for everything you need, from career readiness to housing to food to mental health to addiction recovery.
Let's go.
And they love you. They not doing it for nothing but love to see us make it and see us succeed. So
and you're a product of that.
Yes, I am absolutely.
Let's clap for that. I love that. Okay, but what a great community corner. Electrical Workers Minority Caucus of Denver, Dominick, Felicia, Mike. I appreciate y'all so very much. And if y'all need more information, you can either call 303-893-3767. I'll pass it along. Thank you guys for your time. We appreciate you.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
You're welcome. Have a good day.